Patel, President SET University, to say a few words.
So, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this beginning of the spring semester 2023. It's truly wonderful that we continue on our journey of teaching and learning at SET. One of the things I wanted to start by saying was that we just finished the review of all the studio units that were done last semester. We had an exhibition that you are well aware of. It was a wonderful exhibition. Lots of people participated or came there to see the exhibition. Many people were very, very pleased with what they saw there. But we, as a university, rely on the Board of Review, which is a set of people that come from across the country and review all the studio units. And we were very pleased that the reviewers in general, thought highly of the work that SET University is producing. Many of them appreciated this very clearly, and I was very pleased to note that they all thought that the general level of work is high. Of course, there were many places where improvements were possible, many individual studios where they gave very specific comments about how things could be better. But in general, SET, the standard of work that is being produced at SET appeared to them to be fairly good. Now, the credit for all of this goes first and foremost to the students at SET. Because there is in this whole process of learning, the most important role is that of the learner. There's a good teacher is important, good facilities, good equipment is important. But as ancient wisdom tells us also, the most important part of this whole process is the student himself or herself. It's because you want to learn, because you are fueled by curiosity, and you are equipped with an open mind, and you work hard, that learning really happens. And if learning really happens, it is clearly evident in the work that you produce. So first and foremost, congratulations to all the students for the work that was done last semester, which was appreciated. Of course, as I said, there are many, many areas where improvements were possible. This wasn't left out by the reviewers, and I don't want to paper over those. There were almost 100 units last time and 200 tutors. This is, the system that we have built at SET is a unique system whereby we are able to create intimate studio units, and the learning is of a very high order. This semester, I believe there are 92 studio units. This time there are about 160 tutors, because in spring semester, usually you have fewer students, many of whom have gone out for training, etc. So this semester, once again, there is an array of a fantastic array of learning opportunities for all of you. The teachers who at SET we are very proud of have put together a terrific set of studios, and I believe you will start the selection process this time. And so the second set of people that are to be credited for the work, that the tremendous, marvelous work that is done, is the tutors at SET. I don't think there are too many schools where we have an array of 160 tutors coming in, and such a wide range of things being made available, a wide range of learning opportunities being made available to students. So I think we have a unique, wonderful environment. But as I said, the real work is for you to do. Let me add just a couple of things more. While I was very pleased with the good comments that the Board of Reviewers made, I was very dismayed by many places where they were pointing out to simple errors and a slight amount of tardiness in the work that was done. I think that the pursuit of excellence is the one and only important goal that we ought to focus on. Excellence is first and foremost about telling yourself that you will not willingly or knowingly allow any errors to creep into your work. So when there are spelling mistakes, when things are drawn wrongly, when things are drawn poorly, this is just to be stopped in some way. We need to make our work as rigorous, as error-free as possible. And that's really important. Now, this is not just important for us as individuals, as in our quest to improve things. I think this is absolutely important also for the nation as a whole. I mean, I don't think that any country in the world can be viewed with respect if the goods and work that is produced by that country is not excellent, not of the highest order. And this is something that somehow in India we are yet to achieve. There are many parts of the world where you see the work that is produced, whether it be something that be a crafts object or something that is as complicated as a mobile phone. You can see everywhere the pursuit of excellence, and that pursuit of excellence has eluded India for many years now. We've talked about doing all sorts of important things, but we somehow as Indians don't talk about being absolutely excellent in our work. We seem to think of that as something superfluous. We allow poor quality to persist, and we do ourselves a great disservice by that. So I just want to very briefly remind us all that the pursuit of excellence is the most important thing that you can focus on, and this comes from every individual deciding to say that they are not going to let errors creep into their work. They are not going to let any bit of tardiness, shoddiness to show in their work. And excellence is about solving problems perfectly and doing things as near as perfect as you can get it, perfect if possible. So with that, let me just stop and hand this over to the CEPT University team, which is of course doing a terrific job of putting a tremendous logistical job of putting this whole program together. Congratulations are due to you people also, everybody in the university, the staff and the academic administration of the university that manages to pull off semester after semester this fantastic job of creating tremendous learning opportunities for almost for well over 1,500 students. So this is really a great achievement. So with that, let me stop and thank all of you for your hard work and expect even better work in the coming semester. And I hope that the exhibition next time is even better. And the reviews we get from the Board of Reviews are even more laudatory than they have been in the past. So thank you once again, and have a great semester ahead of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bimal Bhai. May I now invite Professor Chirayu Bhatt, the Deputy Provost, to talk about the plan for the next semester.
Good morning, everyone. Very good to see everybody. Looking forward to seeing you all back on campus very soon. Since last 2 years, since the start of COVID, we have been tracking and monitoring how the situation is and how it will unfold. And we've gone through various cycles of different types of arrangements, different levels of access to campus and facilities, depending on how the situation was. There are some murmurs and some concerns already emerging about the new wave, and there are some news reports also about that. However, based on all the consultations we've had with people who know much more about this than we do. It seems that this particular wave will not be uh, as intense or as challenging as some of the previous ones. And based on that assessment, we hope to continue fully on campus this semester. That's the position as of now. So we will continue to track and monitor this. We would urge everybody, in case they have not taken their vaccines, to please get yourself vaccinated. Though they do help in avoiding serious illness. And otherwise, we expect a full strength on campus semester. So look forward to seeing everybody on campus very soon. Thank you.
Thank you. May I now call upon Dr. Anil Shah, the Dean, Faculty of Technology, to talk about the next semester, studios offered next semester.
Thank you, Anjali. Good morning, dear students and colleagues. It's wishing you a very happy 2023. As Bimal Bhai mentioned, I think a month ago, this campus was buzzing with exhibition preparations, portfolio reviewers, students doing installations, and lot more, and preparing for the winter exhibition. In short, I think year 2022 ended with a very happy note with amazing studios and successful exhibition, wherein we could get a real good audience to come and see the students' work, tutors' work. I think we could also spot in some professionals coming and talking to the students. That was, I think, a good change that we observed last winter. We're waiting for that buzz to start again, and countdown has begun for, for classes, canteens, libraries, workshop, everything being flooded with the students. Studios at Faculty of Technology, this is a unique pedagogy at any engineering school which is not following, but except this is a unique thing for Faculty of Technology, where the most of the teaching is imparted through studios, and it has been now gaining importance. It has been now gaining popularity amongst other universities as well. I'm happy to share here that this time we had about visitors from a couple of universities to come here and talk to students and the faculty members and understand the whole pedagogy. Over the years, I think each studio has grown in its own capacity, and we have tried to get better outcome every semester. And however, I would just say this is just a beginning. Moving further with the same spirit, at BCT program, we have total 6 studios offered in the area of infrastructure design, structural design, construction technology, and geotechnical parameters. 4 level 2 studios are being offered, and 2 level 3 studios are being offered for the total strength of 60 students. The details can be actually got from the portal, and I'll not be talking about those studios. I'll just talk about one more change that we're having at Faculty of Technology. In one of the master's programs, which is Master's in Structural Engineering Design, and for the 4th semester students, we have introduced a choice-based studio this time, where one studio is talking about design of bridges, and other studio is talking about parametric design for long span structures. This is one more change we are bringing in at Faculty of Technology. I thought of sharing with you all. With that, I think looking forward to seeing you all, and wishing you exciting journey of spring 2023. free. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you. May I now call upon Professor Anjali Yagnik, Dean, Faculty of Architecture, to say a few words.
Thank you, Anjali. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the start of the spring 2023 semester. I hope you had a good break and are refreshed and ready to get back to your studio and other courses in the coming semester. And thank you all to the students and the tutors for the good work that many of you have done in Monsoon 2022. The recently concluded on-campus winter exhibition 22 exhibited a reasonably high quality of work across the board, and there was a festive atmosphere about it as well. So once again, of course, the registration of studios and courses remains online, as it has been for the last 4 semesters. And I'm sure that all of you are thoroughly familiar now with this process. So general information regarding the overall structure of studios in different programs at the undergraduate and graduate levels in the Faculty of Architecture is as follows. With respect to the selection of vertical studios at L2 and L3 levels in the Faculty of Architecture, Level 2 students, about 185 of you, have 14 design studios from which you can select a studio that aligns with your particular area of interest. 5 of these are with single tutors and the remaining 9 are with dual tutors. Similarly, Level 3 students, about 50 students, have a choice of 5 studios in spring 23. 3 of these are single tutor studios and the remaining 2 are dual tutor studios. Around 42 L3 students have opted for internship this semester. Another 42 have opted to work on directed research projects, and 35 students from the batches of 2018 and 19 have gone on exchange. There are 2 batches because one was not able to go due to COVID previously. So having said this, I hope you get to work in a studio of your choice. However, as I have cautioned previously, and since this is a choice-based system of selection for both students and tutors, your academic performance in previous semesters and your portfolios will play a significant role in guaranteeing you your choice. So please plan your academic career accordingly in order to open up better opportunities for yourself. And with respect to our postgraduate students in the Faculty of Architecture, they are enrolled in 7 different master's programs. In the Masters in Architectural Design program, 36 of the 4th semester students have a choice of 3 studios from which they can opt for their preferred studio. In the Masters in Landscape Architecture program, there are 69 students, 69 2nd and 4th semester students, and they have a choice of 6 vertical studios. In both the Masters in Conservation and Regeneration program and in the Masters in Architectural History and Research program, students in their 2nd semester will register for their respective studios on offer in the 2 programs, and students in their 4th semester will register for a directed research project from a common pool of DRPs for both the programs together. In the Masters in Architectural Tectonics program, 21 2nd semester students have a choice of 2 studios. In the Masters in Housing Design program, 24 2nd semester students will be engaged in a. So these are new programs, therefore they don't have vertical studios at this point. In the Masters in Housing Design program, 24 2nd semester students will be engaged in a dual tutor studio with the program chair as a supervisory director. In the Masters in Interior Design program, 36 2nd and 4th semester students have a choice of 3 vertical dual tutor studios from which they can opt for their studio of choice. 11 second semester students in MID, in the Masters in Interior Design program, are going as graduate exchange students to 4 different universities outside India. So that's it from me regarding the Faculty of Architecture. Do attend the Q&A sessions that follow this gathering. So I wish all of you well and hope that you get the studios and elective courses that you want. Stay safe and well engaged in your academic and extracurricular pursuits. And thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. May I now invite Dr. Mona Iyer, Dean, Faculty of Planning, to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Anjali Kadam, Anjali Yagnik. Very happy 2023 to all of you. And we wish and hope that we continue offline as we have been able to do last year. I completely resonate with what Anil and Anjali had to say about the kind of energy we saw on campus during the exhibition. The exhibition was visited by the professionals, by the students from other universities, and there was a lot of exchange of ideas I could see on many panels. And as Bimal Bhai said, we also have feedback from BOR, and we all strive to work towards excellence. And that's something which I think we as teachers and students need to remember, that the beauty lies in the detail, and each detail needs to be paid attention. So many congratulations to the students and tutors who have pulled a lot of work together in the last semester. For this semester, for Faculty of Planning, we have choice-based studios for Bachelors in Urban Design, wherein we have about 77 students going for L2. And broadly, the studios are around 3 to 4 lenses of urban design that we try to look at. One theme is, how do housing typologies inform public space making? So be it migrant housing or be it a single person dwelling. So there are 2 studios around that. There are 2 studios around streets, where one is looking at streets from how to accommodate and mainstream informality and informal sector on the streets. And the other is looking at the gender lens and how gender parameter introduces the change in design or the way we design streets. So those 2 are around streets. And other 2 are more about the methods that can be used to design public spaces. One is on how to engage with communities using game theory and how to design public spaces. And the other is about using generative techniques and technology to simulate public spaces. So these are about 6 L2 studios, which are on offer for 77 students. For L3 level, we have a good number of students going for DRP, about 22 of them, and about 21 for internship. So we have only 11 students going in for an L3 studio, for which we have 1 studio on offer, which talks about the opportunities that public vacant land offers for good public space design. So these are the studios which we have offered this time for the Bachelors in Urban Design. For the master's program at Faculty of Planning, we have about 5 programs, out of which 4 programs have a natural progression of studios. And so they are not typically the choice-based studios, but there is a progression from the 2nd to 3rd semester. So we have studios in urban housing, where they talk about housing policies and strategy. Strategic transport plan, that is another studio in the transport program. Preparing the development plan of the city, preparing the city infrastructure plan for the city. So these are the 4 programs. And the 5th program on urban design has a choice of studios amongst the studios that they can take up for designing and transforming public spaces within the public realm. So this is about the studios at Faculty of Planning. And we look forward to a very exciting, a safe, and a peaceful 2023. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Mona. May I now invite Professor Salim Bhatri, Dean, Faculty of Design, to say a few words.
Hi, everyone. Welcome, students, to Spring 2023. This is my first session of this sort, and what I see is that now we are entering the even semester sequence. That's the closing semesters of the academic year. We've put together some studios which are partly choice-based, some are assigned, some are vertical, and some are specified. This in some way is a result of our evaluation of the curriculum, which we have been looking at very closely over the last few weeks or months now. And this phase in some way is the phase where we see the adaptation and development of a more robust curriculum for both the undergrad as well as the master's programs. So FD is the only faculty that has 2 undergrad programs, which we have evaluated in the sense that the L2 studios then become a bit mixed. So I think my comments today, my discussion today will be largely about student selection processes, something that students have to kind of bear in mind while they take decisions on what studios they will select for the coming semester. And perhaps I can begin with L2, specifically for, the undergrad, obviously, but it will eventually come into what I expect from the BID students. But let me frame the L2 studios. We see that in the past, L2 studios have been kept open across the BID and BDES programs. We also understand that there are specific requirements for each, the BID and BDES, as they enter into the L3 studios in terms of skilling, in terms of abilities. We expect that the L2 students, now I will just be more specific, choose only one bridge or crossover studio, either in semester 4 or semester 5, which means if you're a student of BDES, you will only get one single chance to take a studio of BID and vice versa. This is a very important aspect, and we are looking at the larger structure where this bridge or this crossover happens only in semester 4 or semester 5. When a student joins the domain or joins the Faculty of Design, he or she should, the first studio should be a domain-specific studio, which means if you have joined the BID program, your first studio in the Faculty of Design will be an interior design studio and vice versa. This is very important to kind of lay the premise for decision-making. In the sense that students in BDES have taken an interior design studio and vice versa, they will now not have the option of choosing another bridge or crossover studio. In the 4 L2 studios, we very clearly see that 3 of these studios need to be in your domain. This will build competency and abilities as you move forward into your L3 studios. We have also assessed that because of certain lags, the L3 studios somehow are not then getting the requisite abilities and skills that students require to respond to those studios or the complexity of the studios. I'll just be more specific now for even for the BID. It's very important that students select one constructing and specifying studio, one visualizing and communicating studio, and one planning and organizing studio before they enter the L3 structure or level of studios, which means that if you're taking one of each, the only other studio you have will be the bridge or crossover into the BDes program, for example. So this is very important to note for students who are deciding what studios they can select or should select. I'll again state that we've discussed internally with the faculty that, for example, if you've done the second or third or fourth studio, which is only visualizing, then the faculty will not let you in terms of the selection process will not be towards having you in that studio again. This again is to kind of ensure there's a broad, wide, holistic skill building happening at the L2 level. Number of studios have been kept slightly wider in terms of options. We have 8 studios for 88 students. Some are dual tutor and some are single tutor. This is for the BID program. For the BDes, there are 5 studios for 49 students. I'll be perhaps more specific in the location of how we are perhaps adapting the BDes studios. We are in all L2 level, we're looking at a high degree of experimentation, a high degree of exploration. The 5 studios which have been proposed for the BDes program deals with fundamental principles and processes, and you will go in detail as you kind of look at the what's offered later in the day and what you've read already. In terms of the L4, we've L4 in MBPS and MFD, we have not structured vertical studios. This is important in the way we want to build certain capabilities and progressive capabilities. We have seen that we want to focus on certain values and drivers to be able to define the studio approaches. So sustainability is a strong approach we are looking at right now. And so at the MFD level, there are 2 studios in the first year, and MBPS 1 studio in the first year. There is no choice for the L4 final semester students in terms of the final year, MBPS and MFD. There's going to be 1 combined studio, a collaborative team-based studio. We are looking to strengthen collaborative working in design. And Habitation Unit 2023 is one of the studios, which is across the 18 students who will be participating in the studio. So having said that, numbers and data, I don't think I'll go more in detail. Thank you so much for having me part of this first, I would say, discussion or conversation. And I look forward to working with all of your students as well as faculty and the admin to ensure that this is a semester which is meaningful and rigorous. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a few logistical issues. I'm sure all of you have received the schedule, and the studio selection process is the same that has been adopted last year. The only change is the interview sessions will be completed only on one day, that is the 6th of Jan. Unlike earlier, where we used to have the interview sessions for 2 days, this time it will be only on one day. We've done that by clubbing preferences. So we have clubbed 4th, 5th, 6th preference together, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th together, and 10th. So we've clubbed some preferences. In that clubbing, you can go for the interview, any of those. So 4, 5, 6, the interview can be conducted for the 5th also and the 6th also. So there wouldn't be no preference-wise interviews. They would be in that group of 4 to 6. Right? So the portal is open. You can put in your preferences from 10:30 onwards, and it will close by close in the evening. Right? Thank you very much. Thank you.